Welcome to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. I'm your host, Dion, and alongside me, as always, on a Monday night, my fellow co-hosts are here, joining me live from the Garden State, where his Nas Reed-inspired fantasy basketball team fell just short in an epic semifinal matchup against yours truly. It is the man, the myth, the Nate. Mr. Taylor, it was a great rookie season for you in the Talking Hoops Fantasy League. Obviously, a disappointing ending after such a dominant regular season. What are your thoughts on your team's year overall?
I'm trying to not say the F word as much, so I'm going to say I'm really upset with Kevin Porter Jr. for multiple reasons, including his basketball, not playing basketball because he's injured out of nowhere and just missing the season. And Doc Rivers is just like, I don't think he's going to play again this season. Here goes, go pick up Draymond Green. And then Anthony Edwards, who's just been healthy the whole season. This is the entire week, and my best fantasy player.
Yeah, the Anthony Edwards injury definitely tanked it there. But
I love when I put up the most points in the league with the best record just for my best player who I traded for to absolutely not play for one game. I didn't get one game out of him.
Yeah,
not one.
No,
I almost picked up Daquan Plowden.
Yeah, no. Anyone that's still playing fantasy basketball, like your waiver wire is super rough right now at this point of the season. But you did your best. It was a valiant effort. But joining us live from the land of Cleve, otherwise just known as the Land, it is the man standing in my way of my first ever fantasy basketball championship, GM and president of the Lake Erie Hemp Leaves, Mr. Josiah Cook. Josie, how you feeling heading into championship week?
Good afternoon, Hoop Talkers. Feeling great. I've won this trophy 2 years ago.
You had a kick-ass walk to the finals, my guy.
Hey, he had to go through. He had to go through our
You played in a poop division. You didn't have like a single team over 500.
That is fair. Bro got through the one seed with like an 11-10 record or whatever it was. But he did have to take down our co-host Mitch, who is not here with us today. He's working in the mines tonight. But he did have to go through Mitch to get there, and he had a great season.
Top scorer of the week.
Yeah. Fellas, we are not here to talk about fantasy basketball championships. We are here to talk about the conclusion of the regular season. We have just about 2 weeks left until we hit the 82-game mark. So each team has, give or take about 7 games left, depending on which team we're talking about here. But with that in mind, I figured we would talk about the 7 biggest storylines that we're going to be looking for over the course of the remainder of the regular season. So I'm not going to lie. Originally thought Mitch would be here with us and we would all bring 2 to the table to get us to 8, and we would just knock off whatever one we thought was not so great. So, we'll pick up the slack. And maybe we'll each bring 3 or so to the table. I wanted to get started with something first because it is quite topical. I know I usually kick it to you guys to get started, but I had something I wanted to get.
Today you want to be a selfish.
Today I'm ball hogging. Okay, I'm like these. For anyone not watching, I'm doing the Kobe ISO thing. I just wanted to get something off my chest because, as you guys know, I'm very fed up with the Orlando Magic. I've been very, very frustrated with them all season long, and obviously their last game against the Raptors was historic in negative fashion. They gave up the biggest unanswered run in NBA history. 31 straight points that the Toronto Raptors scored against the Orlando Magic. Shout out to Mitch. I wish he was here to talk about this, but yeah, 31-0 run in their loss to Toronto the other day. So I just, I woke up this morning just in absolute shock that Jamal Mosley still had a job, that he's still employed. So one of the biggest storylines I'm looking at the remainder of the season, does Jamal Mosley actually finish out the year? Can he survive his way into, maybe he's going to be in the play-in, but can he get through it? Like how long is he going to last? That's something I'm looking at because goddamn, I'm just so tired of this Orlando Magic team. Like I know they had that 7-game win streak. Everything was looking peachy, but then immediately followed up with a 5-game losing streak. I just hate this team, man. Like I really, really enjoyed Desmond Bane this year. He's become, I want to say like one of my favorite players, but like I really enjoyed Desmond Bane this season. I think he's had a really good year. He's been like pretty much what we could have expected when he landed in Orlando in the offseason. But goddamn, this mix is just not it. Like this roster is just not a cohesive unit. Like the worst body, save for maybe like the Rockets, because obviously they got their own thing going on. But like I think Orlando probably has like the worst body language, the worst vibes of like any team in the NBA right now, save for like the tanking teams. Like I just hate the Magic right now, man. And I'm just kind of shocked that Jamal Mosley has stuck around this long. So I'll just be looking to see how they finish out the season, if they can build any momentum going into the postseason, and whether or not Jamal Mosley could stick it all the way through.
I was gonna say, I think they definitely have the worst vibes for NBA talent level teams.
Yeah, not counting the Wizards, not counting.
I was gonna say the Kings
the Bulls.
exist just because.
Yeah,
like,
but yeah, that's.
No, I think the Magic are just such a dead in the water team right now. They're literally self-coached at this point. Like Jamal Mosley, there is numerous clips of him just being ignored in timeouts straight up. The players aren't looking at him. They're not paying attention to what he's saying. This isn't like a one-off thing. You can pretty much, it's a regular occurrence at this point during Magic games. The fit has been so questionable offensively the past few seasons with the shooting. We hope Desmond Bane would fix that. But even as good as Desmond Bane has been, the 3-point shooting hasn't been like revolutionary for them or anything. It hasn't been like this great awakening of, oh, the Magic are now a good 3-point shooting team. They went from a 30% 3-point shooting team to a 32% 3-point shooting team. Like, whoopee.
Whoa. Yeah.
Woo! Yay!
Still
We
not
went
great.
from...
I think it is like their best season since like 2010 or whatever, since like the Dwight Howard days. But like, yeah, it hasn't done a ton because the rest of the roster just can't shoot the damn ball. I don't know how many times I can say it. I just really strongly dislike watching the Magic play.
I think if you're a team right now, like a top 3 seed, like if you're the Pistons, the Celtics, or the Knicks, I think you're all hoping you get Orlando in the first round right now.
Absolutely, especially with the way the Hawks and the Hornets are playing right now. Like, I want nothing to do
or
with
Philly,
them.
maybe because Joel Embiid will probably be injured again in 3 days.
Yeah, like Philly, like look pretty good. Like Paul George is back, and it's just like, they got a lot of talent, but yeah, I'm not really worried about the Sixers, especially the Celtics. Like, come on, Celtics always kind of whip their ass. Joel Embiid said it himself. So, but yeah, ideally it would be the Magic because, god damn, they are just such a mess. Even like they do have those moments. Like they had that 7-game winning streak. They've proven, at least to a degree, that like they have talent. You know, there's good players on this roster. It's just like it's just such a horrible mix of guys, and Jamal Mosley is just not the guy. I figured that Jamal Mosley was going to have to go in order to take this team to the next level anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm just shocked. Like I did not wake up this morning thinking that he would still have a job, and yet here we are. So.
Are there any coaches that potentially you would like to see be a Magic?
That's a good question.
Another pet peeve of mine is I hate teams that are like singular, so they don't. I'm a Miami Heat, or I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm an Orlando Magic. Like that sounds so stupid. I hate that.
I'm a Utah Jazz.
I'm a Utah Jazz. I'm a genre of music.
Yeah, it is always weird. Like, oh yeah, he's a Heat or whatever. That's always
very
weird.
not.
I kind of like it. You stand out.
The WNBA really leans into it. I've noticed. Like pretty much all their teams are like that, which is really weird.
Yeah, they're all singular.
No, the Sun is no more. The Connecticut Sun.
They got deleted,
Houston, which is so
sad. The Houston Sun.
No, it's Houston Comets.
Houston Sun.
It's like I don't know. Sun. Also, the Houston Comets hired ESPN's Kevin Pelton to be like their GM or something, which I thought was really odd. But people were tweeting out like Kevin Pelton's like standing predictions from the preseason and how like off it was. They're like, they're getting a great one. But anyway, as far as candidates, I don't know. I mean, someone offensive minded, I don't know necessarily who like is available, but like someone offensive minded, someone just like forward thinking, like someone like with a modern offensive game to like just and also
just hire.
What's the GM? What's the GM's name? It's I can picture him.
John Arbuckle, right?
Whatever his name is, they need some serious structural changes. Like,
you guys know who John Arbuckle is?
No.
he's like Garfield's owner, like the cat.
He's the human for Garfield.
Cat that eats lasagna.
Oh, I did not know that was his name. No, but just someone that can just modernize their offense because
I think they have to go towards someone young. I hate that. Like I hated with the Knicks hiring Mike Brown. I thought that they should have gone after Chris Quinn or Micah Nori or one of these top assistants that haven't gotten.
Oh, Micah Nori is a good name. Yeah,
I think he is a guy who's really going to do well with. Maybe he's not going to be a championship coach, but I think with developing a younger team and taking them hopefully to at least another level, especially offensively, Nori or Chris Quinn, who's been one of Spoelstra's top assistants for years. I think those two guys are early names that would stick out to me, but I don't want them to go hire someone who's been around already.
Yeah, not a retread. No, definitely not.
Yeah. Like stay far away from the Tom Thibodeaus of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's something I'll be watching is like what happens with like how do they finish out their season and what becomes of them, because I'm expecting some major changes here. But I will go to my championship opponent next. Josie, what's a big storyline that you're keeping an eye on?
All right, this is discrimination here.
Well, winners first, but okay, so I'm a Western Conference fan. It's not a secret. I think the biggest storyline remaining for this Western Conference, other than the top, because obviously that's obvious, the Thunder and Spurs are going to be 1 and 2 in some order. The biggest next question is where did the Nuggets slot in the standings at the end of the season? And they have kind of a weird schedule here where they play both of those two top teams multiple. Well, they played them 3 times total. 2 against the Spurs, 1 against OKC. So those games against those teams will directly impact who gets to play the Nuggets in round 2.
Wow.
So
Jokic beating all 3 to steal the MVP at the end of the season.
That would be crazy. No.
There's some weird stuff like that with Luka plays the Thunder twice coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that last week.
Did you guys see in the MVP ranking on NBA.com, Wemby went up and Luka, after averaging like 40 points a game over his last 12, went down. He moved 2 spots down. He went from 2 to 4.
What?
He dropped.
What?
Yeah. People are all over Wemby. I told you guys that would happen.
Yeah,
by the way.
I'll be honest. Actually, Wemby being like the consensus number 2 guy, like, I don't know.
Some people think he is the guy right now. And I saw, hold on, this is actually something I pulled up on Twitter. I don't remember the exact tweet. I lost it. It wasn't in my save, but someone said that Wemby should be the clear and runaway MVP favorite right now because people don't value defense. I'm like, that's not what it is. It's the fact that his team has proven they can still be really good without him. He's come off the bench for a good portion of the season.
Yeah.
And I think offensively, he's just not even close to the level of those MVP candidates.
Yeah, what stands out to me is, like, if you're trying to compare Wemby to SGA, like, look at the minutes. Like, Wemby has not played nearly as much as all these other MVP candidates. That needs to be factored in. I've seen
people try to use that, like, in his favor. They're like, oh, look at the numbers he's putting up in those minutes. It's like, he can't play more minutes because he can't stay healthy to play those minutes right now.
Right. Yeah, so I like, should he be on the ballot? Absolutely. But, like,
yes, like, I think top 5 easily, top 4 probably, top 3,
maybe.
Top 3 probably, maybe like 3, but I think right now I still go SGA, Luka, Jokic right now.
Yeah, Jokic is just getting dismissed because
people are just like going like, I don't care about Jokic anymore. He had like 4 bad games, and now we're suddenly all out on.
Exactly.
NBA fans are so fickle.
And it's like a bad game, and he has like 18, 12, and 11. And it's like,
and then he has 20 assists, and people are like, look at the assists that they're getting credited with. And it's like, they literally count these assists for everybody. It's kind of weird how they count assists, but everyone is getting that like credit for the same things that Jokic is.
Right. Yeah, so I thought that was a little weird. But yeah, where the Nuggets slot in will be interesting. They're quietly on a 6-game winning streak, starting to put some things together. I'm telling you guys, at full strength, this is still the second best team in the West to me. Because the Spurs, as great as Wemby is, I'm not trying to deny how great he is, but like, I don't necessarily trust the Spurs when it gets past the first round. Like, they're still unproven, they're untested, they're unseasoned, if you will. So, yeah,
especially if they have to go through Jokic.
Watching Jamal Murray and Jokic the past week and a half again, just basically be on the same brain wavelength, like they're wearing 2 tin hats that are just connected to each other, and they know exactly what each other are thinking, and they dream about the same things, they think the same things. It's so in sync right now, and I think that's the most scary duo in the West when it comes playoff time. And Dion, I'm starting to be on board with you more so in thinking that they are that other team, especially when it comes to OKC. Other than the Spurs, who have matched up very well against them, I think the Spurs and the Nuggets are the only real threats in the West to take down OKC. As cute as I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are at times, and as much as I love Ant, as good as he has been in the playoffs, I just think that the Nuggets are so well-rounded offensively. They're easily the best team offensively in basketball when everything is clicking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is Jamal Murray All-NBA for you guys? Where do we stand?
Yeah, dude, he might be second team at this point.
Ooh, okay.
But I probably not. Like, that's like me. Like, I have personal bias just because I really like Jamal Murray, and he's genuinely one of my favorite players to watch. And I've just been he has probably been the guy who you talk about the most improved award going to the wrong guys a lot of the times. Like, he'd be that guy for me this year who I wouldn't want to give the award to, but he's gotten that much better. Okay. He's up to 26 points a game now. I think he's averaging 6.5, 7 assists.
Way more consistent.
You're getting everything that you could have possibly ever wanted from Jamal Murray. You're getting the passing, you're getting the shot making at an elite level. He's one of the most efficient scoring guards in the league. He's probably a top 10 3-point shooter in terms of pure ability this season. And yeah, I just like Jamal Murray is one of like the scariest players to me. That's not a top 5 to 10 player in the world come playoff time. I still believe in playoff Jamal.
So Josie, are you watching because you think they're like the second best team in the West, or like what kind of matchup are you looking for?
Yeah, I think it really changes the path of who can win in the West. If you have the bracket set up to where the Spurs don't have to face Denver or OKC until the Western Conference Finals, I think they skate right to that point.
Right.
And same thing with OKC on the other side. So I just think whoever has to play the Nuggets and then one of Spurs OKC, like that's just such a brutal path. And then you have to play the finals. Like it's such a gauntlet. And wherever the Nuggets land, no one wants to play Jokic like in a 7-game series.
Can I ask you both this? Are you not worried at all? I mean, maybe you're not, because I don't know why you wouldn't be, or why you would be, I guess. But are the Thunder, or not the Thunder, excuse me, the Spurs having such little playoff experience, does that not concern you at all with them going?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying about them being unseasoned. Like, I think first round, like they'll get a decent match. It'll be the Suns or whatever it is. Like, they should be fine. But yeah, then after that, then I'm like, yeah, they're just unproven. I don't know when the lights get bright. Like, is Stephon Castle going to be as good as he's been all season? Like, are we going to get a full version of Dylan Harper? Like, what happens when like teams have 2 weeks straight to game plan against Wembanyama? What does that look like? Is Julian Champagnie going to continue to hit threes? Or, like, there's so many questions that we just don't know. And I can't imagine the answer to all those questions is going to be yes. Like, inevitably, some guy is not going to be as good. So, yeah, I have major questions as far as like after the first round.
I feel like they're very similar to the Thunder from the season before they won 2 years ago, before they won the championship.
Yeah. They were probably more talented than that Dallas Mavericks team, but like, yeah, they didn't have it all put together.
Yeah, they have enough talent alone to win them a series or two, but I don't think that they have the wear and tear against them to face up against like the Nuggets or Thunder in a 7-game series. Like, even though the Spurs have had the Thunder's number in the regular season, I just don't see it happening the same in the playoffs. And I'm really just not a believer in regular season matchups translating to the playoffs. It seems like every year we think, oh, this team is going to dominate this team because they played them really well in the regular season, and then it's just the complete opposite story. So,
absolutely, yeah. All right, Nate, what is your first storyline that you're watching for?
For me, I think it's got to be the Charlotte Hornets, and the fact that they've still been this good for what feels like 3-4 months at this point. Maybe that's a little long, but 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, no, since January 1st, yeah.
That they've been a top 5 to 10 team in the league, and they're still right there on the edge of the play, and they're 15.5 games back, 3-7 the last 10 for the Heat, 3-7 the last 10 for the Magic, and they still find themselves like right in that pack. So is this team going to be someone that has to play 2 games in the play, or play win the 10-9 game and then beat the loser of the 7-8 game? Right. Or is this going to be a team that, wins the first game and they're just in? It feels like even at the pace they've been winning, they still haven't made a lot of progress in the standings.
Yeah. What's amazing to me, just like zooming out, we're going to get 10 teams in the Eastern Conference with a winning record. Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, all this talk about, and it's not invalid, but like the last 25 years about how the West has been better than the East, we're going to get 10 teams in the Eastern Conference with a winning record. We used to not get 8. Like the 8 seed would be like 40 and 42 or whatever, just sneaking in. So, yeah, it's been pretty crazy to see how tight that like 6 through 10 race is. Really 5, because like the Raptors.
Philly being 41 and 33 feels unfathomable to me. Unfathomable to me right now.
Yeah, actually unbelievable. When you look at like, if you go back like 2 weeks ago, for example, like they were starting just like straight G Leaguers and 2A guys. Like,
they looked like their whole team was gone. They were all in the emergency room. Maxey was out. Paul George was suspended. And he was falling apart. Quentin Grimes, I think, missed a game. Quentin Grimes was averaging like 22 points a game for a week because they were just like, hey, we're going to throw you into that role that you really liked last season, and then we're going to hope that you don't ask for $25 million again.
Yeah, no, they've been quietly just like holding it down, just like staying afloat. 8 games above 500 is pretty impressive, I will say. But yeah, I mean, between like the Hawks at 6 and the Hornets at 10, there's only 3 games that separate them. Like, there's going to be a lot of movement.
For me, it's just watching and seeing, especially with how hot the Hawks have been, like seeing how far up can Charlotte make, like how much progress can they make up in 7 games? Because even if they win a bunch and those other teams go 500, it's still going to be hard to surpass them at this point, because Philly, the 7th seed, I think 2.5 games is going to be a lot to make up at this point in the season.
No, I agree. There's only so much left to maneuver, but
I think the 8th seed is very much within reach. They're half a game back, from the Magic, so there's no reason why they can't go and grab that.
Can you imagine the Magic? Like, back to my original point, if the Magic end up as like the 9 or the 10 seed, oh my god!
After like every day that I get upset about Mikal Bridges and trading 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, at least my team didn't trade 4 or 5 first-round picks to get Desmond Bane and then be a play-in team. Like, that would be worse. And Desmond Baines has been good, like one of the few bright spots. But the fact that they made this move to get better,
to nothing. Yeah, it led to a decline.
They got worse.
Well, you know who else that is true about is the Rockets. Like they were the 2nd seed last year, and now they're not a playing team, but like, geez,
Yeah.
they progressed.
They're at 6th though. They are in 6th. 4-game lead over the Suns, so they should be fine. But yeah, 6th seed is not the expectation coming into the year for sure. So
Mitch said, Nathaniel, you didn't set your lineup today. Am I supposed to set my lineup for a 3rd place game?
yeah, you don't want the bronze
You
medal.
have honor.
Don't
it is for money also, but
it is.
Yeah, to get 3rd
You
place
can
in
get
the
your
league.
buy-in back for 3rd place. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I should have paid attention in the beginning of the season.
It's $10, man.
Anyway, I'll go to my second storyline. I don't know exactly if I want to single out one player or just kind of do like an overarching idea, but I guess I'll talk about who I'm specifically thinking about. Because I could have said Cade Cunningham, I could have said Anthony Edwards, I could have said maybe even Steph Curry, but I'm primarily focused on Cade Cunningham. And are we going to get full strength Cade Cunningham by the time the playoffs start? Like, will he play any more regular season games? Because obviously he's right on the cusp of all.
Will
NBA.
he wear wigs?
But also, like, is he going to be at full force? Like, a punctured lung is kind of a weird one where, like, it's not going to affect, like, his ability. You know, it's not like a physical injury of, like, oh, he'll be limited, like, he's got a rolled ankle or whatever. But, like, that's a pretty serious thing. A punctured lung is, like, no joke. So, like, are we going to get full-fledged Cade Cunningham by the time the first round rolls around? Because if it is Pistons Hornets in the first round and, like, Cade is kind of, like, limping into the first couple games, I absolutely think the Hornets can take that serious. So I will be very closely monitoring like his return, and when he does come back, what version of him are we getting? Like, is he going to be full-fledged ready to go, or we're going to have to kind of like ramp him up here because they're in a dangerous spot. They've had obviously a fantastic season, blown away all expectations, being the 1 seed. They've pretty much been the 1 seed from the jump. Like, they haven't given it up all year, and they are in danger in my eyes of a 1-8 upset if it is the wrong matchup and Kate's not ready to go. So that's something. What are you giggling about?
I just told Mitch he can have the 3rd seed.
Oh, he'll take it.
Yeah, I think that's such a weird thing to try to predict how someone's going to come back from it because I've never had a punctured lung and it's not something you see a lot of players deal with. The only thing I read about players recently with punctured lungs is CJ McCollum missing like 6 weeks or whatever when he had it. So I don't know if that's going to affect his stamina. I don't know if he needs to take a bunch of really hot dabs before he plays. Or I don't know what the answer is for a punctured lung. I assume he's going to have to be somewhat load managed when he comes back. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to play 40 games his first game back from a punctured lung, even if it's in the playoffs, unless they want him to die. I don't think they want Cade Cunningham to face potential mortality on a basketball court.
Pull a Reggie Lewis, RIP, my guy. But
okay, that's really dark. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I definitely don't think he's going to play 40 games in his first game back. But anyway.
40 games in his first game.
That's what you said.
Oh, I said that.
But no, yeah, I think it'll have to kind of be ramped up a little bit. And like, if he only plays like 27 minutes in game 1 against the Hornets, like I could see the Hornets taking game 1, and then from there, like anything's possible. Like whoever wins game 1 wins like 70% of the time.
The thing with the Hornets that is really hard for any team to play them is that they are maybe the most difficult team now that they've figured shit out is to make or to create mismatches. Like, you don't get good defensive matchups against that. You can't go put your worst defender on anybody really on that team because even if you go put like the Knicks were doing it with Brunson, like they're putting Brunson on Diabate at points because he's the guy who's the least skilled with the ball, but he was just backdoor cutting and getting layups. They couldn't put him on Con Knipple. You have a small guy who's not a great defender. The Hornets are really good at abusing that. I think that's one of their underrated strong suits when it comes to their overall strength on offense. They're really, really good at abusing matchups because of how they have 4 guys on the court a lot of the times who can all give you 20 on any given night. That's not an easy match. Like, that is, I think, what we all want to see at this point. Round 1 is Pistons Hornets.
Absolutely, I need it. If the brawl wasn't enough to motivate me to want that matchup, like I think it just makes a lot of sense too.
I need Musa and Jalen to just like fist fight like at the end of the series.
Did you guys see Musa Diabate went on the Zach Lowe show? He did a little
talking about he got asked if he had ever driven with LaMelo Ball. He said, "Hell no,
hell no, never." No, that would be such a fun matchup, obviously because of the brawl or whatever. But like, just you have the young team exceeding expectations. Getting the 1 seed in the East, they got like a borderline MVP candidate, and then on the other side, like another young team exceeding expectations and like having all this momentum going into the year. Like, I just think it would be very exciting as far as 1-8 goes.
It's going to be crazy.
It'd be one of the more memorable 1-8 matchups in our lifetime, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Remember when the Bucks played the Heat?
Do you remember that?
Oh shit. Yeah. No, that was a 1-8.
They went to the finals. So we're going to go from all the way up here at 100% top stakes when talking about this Pistons matchup to the bottom, to tankathon.com.
Okay.
We're right in the middle of the tank race here, and we have two teams at 29 and 45. Chicago Bulls and Milwaukee Bucks. Fellas, we're in for a treat. If you love tanking basketball, I kind of do. I kind of love watching the twisted madness of a tanking basketball game. And there's going to be some crazy ones because these guys play some terrible teams these last couple games. And as fans of tanking teams would know, the last little percentages of getting 9th place or 8th place in the lottery really can be the difference in jumping up.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
What are you referring to?
The Knicks picking 8th and 9th every single season, getting Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox.
Way back in the day, bro. No one cares.
Still,
no one cares about that. I have a little question though. Well, actually, no. Finish your point, and then I want to ask you guys something.
Yeah, the Bucks have to play the Nets 2 more times. So think about this. It's going to be the Bucks who need to lose, the Nets who need to lose, going head to head. Maybe the Nets are out of the equation at that point, but that's going to be crazy. And then on the other side, you have the Bulls matched up with the Wizards 2 times. It's like double damage on both sides. And we're going to see how far tanking can go in the 2026 season this week.
We are absolutely going to see the limits
there
of tanking.
There are going to be some players on the court that I do not know in that game.
That's why you have to turn it on.
I'm going to be like, who is that guy?
Which reminds me, too, of the whole Giannis situation where, like, he's trying to be the good guy and be, like, the face of, like, anti-tanking and, I want to play, but I actually want to get traded. I'm just too afraid to say it because I want.
You know what I would really like, actually?
Like, what
is if Giannis would just shut the actual fuck up about everything until
like just traded. Be honest, bro. Like I get it. You don't want to be the bad guy.
Like,
you want to
be honest.
Face. But like, dude, you're getting a statue at the Pfizer Forum regardless. Like it doesn't matter. Just say you want to be traded so we can rip the Band-Aid off and just be done with it. Like stop pretending. I'm like, come on, bro. This has been going on for too long. But yeah, no, you're right, Josie. We're gonna see some Daniel Oturo levels of tanking. If you guys remember the Daniel Oturo game. The clip for the Clippers. Oh my God, that was historic stuff. He played about like 45 minutes, took like 39 shots or something ridiculous last game of the year. 2021? I don't know. Josie would know better than me. But we're gonna see some diabolical levels of tanking.
So to Gilgeous-Alexander from that game as well.
I wanted to ask you guys though. I don't know if you guys saw Clippers Pacers. Do we think that Jay Huff missed both free throws on purpose?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Career 84% shooter, whatever he was at the line, gets fouled on the inbound pass with 1 second left, down by 1, and he bricks both free throws.
You knew the assignment.
I was just a little curious about that.
I don't know. They're the most disgusting. Like even the Jazz. I think the Pacers have had the most disgusting tank job of anyone this season.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. Like I've tuned into an above average for like NBA fans. I've tuned into an above average number of Pacers games this season. I don't exactly feel like, Halliburton's coming back next year and it's all hunky-dory and, like, they're back to being – like, this team sucks. They're terrible. And I know they've had injuries. They're tanking on purpose, whatever. This team sucks. And I don't really expect them to just be good again next season.
The thing that I think is funny is, like, what the hell is Tyrese Halliburton fixing about their defense, which is actually, like –
Exactly. And I know that, like, they just keep Ivica Zubac in, like, like a cryo chamber or whatever. Whatever. But like, I don't exactly think this team is going to come back to being a finals contender next year. Like they are so far away from that. I don't know.
They weren't even a finals contender the year that they made the finals. They're just relying on another fluke run.
Yeah, that's fair. But I feel like we're going to go into next season. We're going to get to like August and people are going to be like, oh, Pacers 4 seed, Pacers 3 seed. Like they'll be right back. I don't see it, dude. They stink. And I know Halliburton is like the tide that rises all ships and all this stuff. But like you said, not going to solve any defensive issues for him. And like
the guy who already had almost I'm not saying he has no burst, but for a point guard of his caliber, he doesn't have great burst, and he's coming off a torn Achilles.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know.
They also lost Mathurin.
Yeah, and they lost Mathurin.
And people knowing that Halliburton's coming back from a torn Achilles, this is sports. People are going to attack that and try to exploit that and double team him and try to make him do as much as possible on a recovered Achilles.
And I gotta say, in hindsight too, I think It'll depend on obviously where that pick lands because the Clippers
that's
only
what I
get
was.
it if it's 5-9. But like, what a steal for the Clippers in that trade.
Well, that was going to be one of the things that I was going to say as a storyline is that the Pacers really need to kind of lose as many games as possible the rest of the season. They are right now, I think, the worst team in the league. Did they have the worst record than the Kings right now? Yeah, they do have a worse record than the Kings. So
it's impressive.
Like, if they lose that pick for Ivica Zubac, that is insane. Obviously, right now, I think they have a 52% chance to stay within the top 4, so it's like a coin flip. But like they're literally relying on a coin flip to keep a top pick in a loaded draft on a team with 17 wins right now. Like, no disrespect to Ivica Zubac, that is like you trading a potential top 4 or top 5 pick in a generationally talented draft for a role playing, like a very good top tier role player center is insane.
Yeah, it would be really bad because like if they end up with like Darren Peterson instead of Ben Mathurin, like that's awesome, great, cool, set up pretty well. But yeah, if they give up a pick, because then they're also giving up the 2031 pick. Like, god damn, because Ben Mathurin I think has been solid. Like I know like the Clippers
imagine
are
missing
up
out
and
on Caleb Wilson for Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, not a great look. So I don't know.
And
like they made that trade obviously with the expectation, like, oh, we're just coming back next year. We'll be good again. I just don't really see it. Like we'll see what they do in the offseason. We'll see what happens with the draft pick. But like I'm not sold that the Pacers are just going to be good next year. So that's a good one.
Gotta get Sabonis back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
That's what they're missing for sure.
What I will say is never count out Rick Carlisle. He's a madman.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
I will count him out if his bench is TJ McConnell on a prayer.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I can win a finals game.
Let's think. I mean, they still have Obi, who's I guess a decent role player. Jay Huff will be their backup center most likely. I mean, like Ben Shepherd doesn't really play all that much.
Yeah,
Johnny Furphy was out. Is Furphy out for the season? He showed. Yes. I know he had a few games where he was like pretty
I think
good.
he tore his ACL, if I'm not mistaken. He had a major injury.
Yeah.
Was,
he did. Wasn't that? Yeah. I remember that.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess with the Pacers.
Also, something that I don't think we talked about on the pod. You guys know Moses Moody's going to be out to like 2028.
Yeah,
that is so devastating, bro. Yeah, like patellar tendon is no fucking joke. Like we probably will never see like a good Moses Moody again, which is really sad. I had really, really high expectations.
Actually, like another reason why Steve Kerr just like penitentiary.
Like, I'm ready to move on. I'm no Warriors fan, but I'm ready to move on from the Steve Kerr era.
Oh, and good thing for Warriors fans, they're looking to extend Kristaps Porzingis.
He's been good for them though.
No, I know, but it's like they'll sign him and then he'll play 3 games next year.
Yeah, well, you never know. But yeah,
no, you do know.
I do know. I do. But as far as Moses Moody, like that really sucks, man. I had really high expectations. I thought he was going to be like an aggressive version of Mikal Bridges because he's kind of built the same. But man, really, really sad story.
Mikal Bridges that's not afraid of contact.
Exactly. Yeah. So tough story there. Last storyline I wanted to get to: award races. Obviously, there's been like MVP is pretty like not set in stone, but like we know who the guys are. We talked about this briefly on a different episode, but like, who's winning 6th man of the year? I have
probably
no
Keldon Johnson right now because the narrative just got released.
Okay, fair enough. I just haven't seen much discussion about it, and we're getting so close to the end of the season that like, I guess if I looked at the odds, I would probably know, but like, it feels so wide open. Like I don't know. I was just curious. I was just looking at
Keldon's the pretty heavy betting favorite right now, and I know it earlier in the season he was, and then he had a little bit of a lull, and I think he's been good again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he probably does deserve it. Excuse me.
Bless you.
The fact that they're second in the West, he's their best bench player. He's had a very good season,
and he is kind of like the soul of the team too. So
yeah,
like
and he's a very important culture guy for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Naz Reid also is another shout. You could probably throw Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Naz Reid discussion. Also, like I feel like people when it comes to award races, I feel like a lot of people forget the first like 2.5 months of the season. Like, let's not forget, like obviously circumstances, whatever, but like Naz Reid kind of sucked in the first 2 months, so like I don't think he should get it. No, but I don't know. I just think next episode I wanted to talk about
why are we making shit up now? He had like a few bad games to start the season.
It was a while, maybe 2.5 months.
He was on my fantasy team, and I watched almost every Timberwolves game. He was not that bad.
There was a stretch where he didn't look good, though. You got to admit that.
Pretty rough. I don't know. I just think like
he's still putting up like better averages than last year slightly. So
I guess. I just think like pre-Christmas gets ignored when we talk about award races, but I wanted to talk about that on next week's
you
episode.
look at the season average. That's what season averages are for, and those technically do play into awards.
That's my reaction to your
just shit in the mic.
But anyway, I wanted to get into that next episode, kind of talk about like our candidates for these award races, and so I was doing a little preview on my own time, and I'm like, I don't know who really stands out for sixth man. Like off the top of my head, like there's no one that is really like, oh yeah, it's definitely got to be that guy, or it's this guy versus that guy. Like I don't feel like it's like that. So I don't know, just.
Your MVP pick, MVP. Who is your MIP pick, actually? Because I think it started to get a little more of a discussion, but right now, to me, it's a runaway guy over the past week.
Who?
His name rhymes with Manil Matadander Balker.
Might I present to the jury?
Okay, please stop.
One certain individual who went from being a fourth-string center to now a starting center on the 2 seed in these.
Brother, stop.
I just like
that is a good.
Not saying he's gonna win the award. That's all.
No, I know you're embarrassing yourself. Stop.
What about Denny? Is Denny still on the mix for you, Nate?
Denny hurt his back and then became terrible.
Denny also was really good post All-Star break. I don't like giving it to those guys, but
yeah,
if we were doing like an all-improved first team, I do think Nimi would be the center. Genuinely.
Okay, that might be fair because I don't know what centers have really taken all that big of a leap other than like Donovan Clingan, and he's
Jalen Duren. Maybe
actually a good choice.
Actually, yeah, Duren's also another good shout. He's probably one of the other top.
I just wanted to shout out Nimi. Like just give me my moment. Okay.
All right, whatever.
I don't have a great answer.
No, but I think Gilgeous-Alexander Walker 100% should be it right now. He went from being a guy who. He was an ISO like go-to scorer in college, and then in the NBA, he really never got that opportunity. He filled a role in Minnesota because that's what got him paid and that's what got him minutes, and it led to winning. And then he goes here to Atlanta. Trae Young leaves midseason, and they're like, okay, we're going to give you the ball even more. And now he's up to over 20 points a game. He's top 7 or 8 in the league in threes made, might be even higher at this point. I'm not exactly sure where he fell. I know he's in the top 10, and he's shooting the lights out of the ball. He has been arguably their most important player outside of Jalen Johnson. I would say he's number 2. Yeah, I know CJ's been very good too, and Dice
but he's only
so
he's only been there part of the year. Yeah, I would go number 2, Gilgeous-Alexander Walker for the Hawks. That is 7 storylines. So unless you guys have something better, anything else you want to share? Cool.
I think 7 through 7. I like keeping it. Like that'll make my OCD happy.
I love it. Awesome.
Okay. Cool. Just one more thing.
Okay.
I think it was kind of funny that like after CJ got to Atlanta, like I just saw like Hawks fans were like photoshopping him on like terrorists, and now it's like, oh, we love CJ McCollum.
Oh boy, that is kind of the CJ McCollum experience, I think, though. High highs, low lows. But I did want to briefly get your guys' thoughts on the Jaden Ivey situation. He recently got waived by the Bulls. Did not waive back, my sources tell me. But it was just a very weird situation.
No, he said, "Go to hell, repent for your sins." Bye.
Yeah, like at first it was funny. I was like, "Oh my god, Jaden Ivey crashing out on Instagram Live." But like the more that comes out, the more he talks publicly, the more I'm starting to get concerned. Like, I don't know. I just didn't know if you guys had any thoughts on the matter.
I just think he's very clearly going through some shit. He talked about like how he's never been loved before.
Yeah, that's when it went from funny to concerning.
I think he's probably. I genuinely think he's probably going through some shit and is in like a religious psychosis right now, and he's just like spewing a bunch of random stuff that he's seeing from different religious sources. And I'm not saying like I'm not like anti-religion or anything, or like your beliefs are your beliefs, but I don't even know if you're like he's going. I know I'm pretty sure he's been like a big Christian in the past, but like he's just going off the rails, like saying a bunch of like anti-LGBTQ stuff, and it's just like you're not. Unfortunate reality for you is, as much as I would love a team like the Bulls or anyone to just go and help him, and hopefully they do still reach out to him and provide him some help, or at least
because it wasn't even like he got sent home by the team. He got waived, like just released from the team. They were like, we're done with you, because they released a statement. It was like, we have waived Jaden Ivey due to conduct detrimental to the team. Like they got rid of him. So I don't think he's getting a lot of support from Chicago.
There's also you have no idea what happened from behind. Like he could have done something in the locker room or something with the team that you have no idea what could have gone on. Like so maybe like Jaden Ivey literally just like crashed out. Actual NBA example, like when Kevin Porter just like trashed the locker room or whatever it was that he did, or when J.R. Smith threw hot soup at Damian Jones or someone.
I forgot about that.
We don't know what's actually going on, but he's not doing well. I don't think it's necessarily. What he was saying was kind of funny that he actually was saying that, but like genuinely, it's kind of upsetting to see, especially with how much potential this guy had at one point in time. Hopefully he gets the help he needs, because I don't believe he's a terrible person. Hopefully.
Yeah, it seems like there's something mentally not fully right with him right now, and you hate to see that and want a guy like that to get better. You know, I am a little shocked at the immediate dismissal. And this is the same team. Bobby Portis punched a dude in the face, sent him out for weeks, and
that was
they kept
cool
him.
Though.
So,
and Nikola Mirotic deserved it.
I just think there's a standard in the NBA. If you're good, it doesn't really matter what you do, and if you're not good, you can kind of do the littlest thing and get kicked out. So
like regardless of whatever you think of the Kyrie situation, like the reason that no one, or even if it was something that mattered or didn't matter, or he did mean things or didn't mean things, that point is moot. But the fact that he's that good, like he's going to get a second chance, as opposed to a guy who was already on his way of fizzling out, doesn't even look like half the player he once was, maybe not even like a fourth of the player that he once was. If you're detrimental to the team, there's no reason to create a distraction for no reason. They traded Kevin Huerter for you.
The threshold of like it's somewhere in between Malik Beasley. You got to be better than Malik Beasley, but like maybe not necessarily as good as Miles Bridges. Like that is kind of the line that we found of like, if you're good enough, like if you're starting caliber, then like
you'll stick around. They don't care about assault nearly as much as any of the other teams, because Kevin Porter is also still just in the league, and he wasn't even that good before like this season.
Yeah, so it is pretty fucked up. So yeah, I'm wishing the best for Jaden Ivey.
Like Jackson Hayes is still in the league, man. Like that, like they just don't care about assault for whatever reason. It's kind of gross.
It is pretty gross. Yeah, that was the word I was going to use too. But wishing the best for Jaden Ivey. Hope he kind of figures some stuff out.
Hopefully he doesn't hit anybody. That would not be good.
No, I don't think he's on that path.
Actually, unless he wants to hit Josi, he can hit Josi.
I'll take one, but if it's two, I'm suing.
You're taking one from Jaden Ivey?
I'll take one shot.
Let's move to the chopping block. Wrap up this episode. Let me pull up my list here of who we've already eliminated. It's getting super spicy, fellas. We're getting down to the thick of it. So for those that are new, the chopping block, something we've been doing for most of the season. We did have a little gap in the middle there because I kind of forgot about it, but we brought it back and we're wrapping it up. So basically, we've been slowly eliminating teams, about 2 at a time, trying to end up with 4 as we get to the conclusion of the regular season, essentially predicting the conference finals. And obviously, we've eliminated all the lottery teams to this point. Actually, I think it'll be faster to say who we have left rather than listing off all the teams that we have eliminated. So teams that still remain in the Eastern Conference, we have the Pistons, the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Cavs. We've eliminated everyone else besides the top 4 seeds. Out West, I think we've actually done a good job. We have the top 5 seeds in the Western Conference remaining, which is the Thunder, the Spurs, the Lakers, Nuggets, and the Timberwolves, after we eliminated the Rockets last time. So we actually have, the top teams currently in the standings. So with 9 teams left, we need to eliminate 5. We got to eliminate at least 2 and then do 3 next week, or you can eliminate 3 today and do 2 next week. We'll kind of see how consensus shakes out. But does anyone stand out to you guys as obvious? I don't feel good about these guys making the conference finals. Nate is shaking his head. Yes. What do you got? Who you bringing to the table? Who you bringing to the block to chop?
So this guy right here.
What are you pointing at?
That hat.
Okay. So for those just listening on audio, Josiah has a Cleveland Cavaliers hat in the background. Obviously living in the land of Cleve. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, no shot at the conference finals, Nate?
I mean, not no shot, but if we're eliminating teams at this point, I think there's a clear top 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, it depends on Cade, because I don't know.
Yeah.
They could beat a Cadeless Piston if Cade's lung is actually a real problem and they barely sneak past like Charlotte with like a half healthy Cade. I guess they could. It all depends on the seeding, or if the Knicks somehow go on a skid, then they end up in the 4th seed. I don't know. But if we're going based off who I think like the best teams are, like I think they are outside of that. My gut was to say the Lakers, but then I went with the Cavs first. I just we've said this before. My trust of a team with James Harden on them in the playoffs is as low as it gets. I don't expect Evan Mobley and James Harden on the same playoff team. Count me the fuck out.
That is Nate's like anti. Yeah, no,
Like,
okay.
Harden has been cooking recently, but
my moral. Yeah, he's been good recently. He's a great basketball player, one of the best I've ever seen. He's also one of the biggest chokers I've ever seen. And I was someone who defended him for years and years, and it just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore because I had no legs to stand on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't honestly make a case for the Cavs. To be honest, I think they're probably the easy elimination because I can make a case for all 5 Western Conference teams. I can obviously make a case for the top 3 seeds in the East. They got James Harden, and I'm not
Luka
as anti-Mobley as you are.
The Lakers than the Cavs.
Yeah, I can't. I think it does have to be the Cavs unless Josi has a great defense.
No, I think the Cavs are definitely a bottom 2 weak team here right now. So
fair enough. Now this is where it gets
bottom 2.
Now we finally reached the point. I've been talking about it all season long, but we finally reached the point now where this is tough. This is going to require some in-depth discussion. So
I think it's between 2 teams here. I'm interested who Josi has though. Who do you have as the other bottom 2?
I would say there's maybe 3 teams in my mix. One of them certainly only because of injury, but my 3 teams in my mix, I guess, in the discussion would be the Pistons, the Timberwolves, and the Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah, I was giving the Pistons the benefit of the doubt, and I was gonna say between the Timberwolves or the Lakers too, probably.
Okay, cool. Okay. But if you forced me to, I would have said T-Wolves, Lakers as well. So, do we want to go both Lakers, T-Wolves today and eliminate 2 more next time?
No, because I think we need one easier one next week.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get to the 4.
No,
regardless.
let me ease into it. I'm shy.
All right. But okay, so I think we go between Lakers and Timberwolves. That's a really tough one. That's actually, I'm really on the fence because the Lakers having Luka like just gives you a higher ceiling where like I can't count them out quite yet. Especially
then you realize their center is DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, that is okay.
And then you realize
I'm back down to earth. Okay, cool. But they do have LeBron. They still have LeBron.
To me, it comes down to who would win a series against each other, and I think the Lakers would lose that series.
Well, I think. Okay, I'm probably in agreement there, but I think the Lakers currently having a full game up on the 4 seed and like probably ending up at number 3. Probably, I'm going back and forth. But then, I would take the Timberwolves in a head-to-head, but they're probably not going to match up head-to-head. I'm on the fence. It has
to be Minnesota.
Josie, where do you land?
Minnesota to save or Minnesota to
Soda!
I'm stuck. I need to be convinced.
Who are you cutting, Nate?
I think Minnesota. Especially Ant's not fully healthy. I don't know how bad it is.
Yeah. And there's some of them with McDaniels too, right? So actually, yeah, it's bad timing for them right now.
I just don't. They don't have a number 2 to carry. I don't trust Julius Randle to carry Anthony Edwards.
You don't trust Bones Highland to go off?
No, I'm kidding. He's been cool. He's been fun to watch actually this season. Genuinely, one of the most just. I'm going to turn it up for 15 in this next 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not 15, but 12. I think 12 is a good number. I'd say for.
I've been so the Lakers are not a contender all season that I would hate to
put Luka and his Razzmatazz Hop Skiddly D.
Yeah, the Razzmatazz Hop Skiddly Do is interesting, but they're just such a bad team. Yes, Luka is obviously on a tear right now, but you talk about a team that gets to just match up with them for 2 weeks straight.
If that team employs Luka Doncic?
I think a little bit because as much as the defense has improved recently, it feels a little gimmicky. And when you get a coach that gets to just scheme against them for 14 days in a row, there are a lot of holes to pick at. There's a lot of gaps to kind of
random thing, but just to put the casual fan into perspective a little bit and how there's a lot of casual Laker fans out there, whatever. My brother was talking to one of his non diehard, but one of his casual basketball friends, dude, the Lakers are winning this. Can you say this with a straight face? The Lakers are winning this year easy, bro. Luka, Rui, Marcus Smart.
Why is Rui the second name out of his mouth?
He goes, Luka, Rui, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton. They still have LeBron. I'm like,
what happened to Austin Reeves?
I don't know if he knows who that is.
Oh, Jesus. No, come on. The casual fan knows about Austin Reeves.
I don't know.
They know about Rui. They know about Austin Reeves. Come on.
Marcus
But they're
Smart.
hyping me up with Marcus Smart in the big 2026.
I
Like,
know,
oh my
dude,
God.
but it's actually insane. Like, Marcus Smart is crucial to this team. Like, he's a linchpin. So that's kind of to my point, though, is like, yeah, the Marcus Smart's going to have to play like 36 minutes. Like, I just don't know. Like, he's inevitably going to go 2 for 9 from 3 on average. So, like, there's just so many holes to poke. If they match up against a good, smart coach with his head screwed on straight, like, I just feel like they're getting exposed. Luka can only do so much.
Or as long as, or hopefully they get the Rockets, then I guess is what I should say.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we get 3 right now, it would be 3-6 Lakers Rockets. I would take the Lakers.
Through his second middle life crisis in 3 years.
Dude, I'm as more time passes, I'm so much more grateful for Joe Mazzulla as time goes on. Like, Ime and his toilet bowl offense, like, it was a problem when he was with Boston, but it is so much worse now that he doesn't have two-way superstars on his team. Like, my God, their offense sucks. So, like, yeah, I would take the Lakers over the Rockets, but short for that, like, I don't know. The Lakers are just fundamentally not good.
Oh, well, Jaden Ivey's never playing back in the NBA ever again.
What happened?
He just dissed Steph Curry and LeBron at the same time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's dropping
Black
diss
SUVs
tracks.
are coming.
He said, "You don't know Jesus. All them rings he got, all them rings LeBron got, all them rings Jordan got. They gonna try to stop me, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep speaking the truth."
Is he rapping?
I don't know. I just had a rhythm going there.
Prayers up for.
Okay,
Jaden.
it's only funny if he's rapping. I've decided.
This is turning into like Kai Jones level. Like, I'm concerned.
No, Kai Jones was at least not like he was just spray painting shit on his wall.
True, yeah, he was just acting weird. He wasn't saying anything hateful. Like, Jaden Ivey's actually
just being like, "What is wrong?" Like, this guy's in his own little world. But Jaden Ivey's just attacking everybody now. No one's safe. He's gonna diss Dion Sherman in a few days.
Whoa! I wouldn't mind the publicity, to be honest. He can say what he wants. Anyway,
Might be right about you too, but.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'll take it. Jaden Ivey, come on the show, man. No, please don't.
Only NBA player right now we'd probably turn down.
Well, he's not an NBA player.
Sorry.
So
I thought we.
I'm starting to lean. The more I think about it, I'm starting to lean Lakers more. But you said
I'm leaning Lakers now. Yeah.
All right.
Lakers.
I think consensus ways out.
Just double team me, I guess.
Hey, well, that's what Luka's going to experience in these playoffs, so it makes sense. Cool. All right, so we will eliminate 3 more teams. I hope that Mitch is not working in the mines next Monday, and we can get all 4 of us on the pod to hash out this final list here. I know who my picks are going to be, but I think we'll have to settle it between the 4 of us. We'll see how it goes. But I think that'll wrap us up for this episode. As always, thanks to everybody for listening. And whatever else I said, thanks for that too. Make sure to subscribe to the pod. Tell your friends about us, because if you're listening, why would your friends not also enjoy it? It just makes sense. A + B = C. Just let them know.
And if you don't have friends, make sure to go harass random people in the street.
Exactly. Yeah, tell your barber, tell your doctor, tell the person at the cash register that's cashing you out. Just let them know. And then also follow us on all socials.
People and tap them on the shoulder and tell them to follow.
Exactly. If anyone actually does any of those things, let us know, and I will shout you out at the end of the next.
If you take a video of it, we will post it. If you take a video of it, we'll post it.
Yeah, I will shout you out for sure. But make sure to follow us on all socials as well at 2for1 Hoops. You probably saw it if you were watching the video, scrolling slowly along the bottom there. But other than that, I think that'll wrap us up. I know I said last week that we were planning to have a guest on for the weekend. Didn't shape up that way. Life happens. But we've been reaching out to. We've got some things lining up. We're gonna get something shaken for this weekend for sure. So until then, hope everyone has a great rest of their day.